Hello, everyone. As was said, I'm Gwyneth Borden, the founder and CEO of Remynt, and with me is my CTO, Matthew Vogel. Remynt empowers consumers to rebuild credit while resolving delinquent debt. What does that mean? We want your debt. Remynt is your solution for higher recoveries, as well as helping promote financial resiliency. At our core, we're a company about helping you see your consumers resolve their debt to the fullest extent, but also rebuild their credit. Our core program is we have a debt collection solution as well as a credit reaffirmation product where that consumer can repay their debt in full for the opportunity to rebuild and earn new credit, a savings account, personal finance tools, a community, and rewards for payment. What you're seeing right here is our core debt collection interface, and we can work with you in a few ways. We can be your white label platform, we can be your contingency collector, or we could simply buy your debt. What is so different about us is we are the chance that you can take that's not going to damage your reputation. Our entire company is really built based on the resiliency of consumers. The biggest challenge in debt collection is that the incentives are misaligned. Consumers are struggling with financial distress, and they're being asked to pay sums of money they cannot afford. Remynt is really about enabling the consumer, the agency, to repay their debt on their own terms. So we'll show you a bit about that. Remynt is personalized. It's really about reaching out to the consumer with their name on their personal condition. You'll see here is the basic information from the debt validation notice. We are digital first, but not digital only. Our first point of contact is a letter in the mail with a QR code, a phone number to call and text, an email address, a snail mail address, and of course our URL. Right here, you'll see this is the required debt validation information that we include also when they log in so they can be recalled of the debt for which they are satisfying. You'll also notice here we make it very easy for people to dispute their debt and then also to report a hardship. One of the biggest points of friction in resolving debt is that people don't often have the money at the time they're being requested. This hardship helps us to understand not only what their financial condition is, but also the full picture of their financial condition because we ask them questions so that we can better serve them to get them to eventually pay, but also to provide that feedback to you about how people got in this circumstance. You'll see when we move to our payment options that we make it really clear what people's choices are, but we give them agency. You'll notice there's no preset repayment plan. That is intentional. The number one thing that we heard from consumers is they couldn't pay the amount being requested at the time being requested. Time can be the enemy of getting a full repayment. So our entire approach is trying to drive consumers through full repayment by giving them agency to set their own repayment plans. People can choose weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. They can start with as little as $10. They even can also settle their debt. We have set a floor built into the model, so depending on what your floor for the least amount of money you accept, we can build that in. And then instantly it's accepted, and they also will be issued a 1099-C, and they'll have to check off that they understand that if they have debt forgiven of $600 or more. In terms of our payment options, one of the things that we found was a major point of friction is ACH bank payment. As you might notice, many of your customers that are falling behind are Gen Z. They are not banking with traditional banks. They don't even know what an account routing number is. But many of them keep about $216 in their peer-to-peer payment accounts and could start paying your debt back today if they were enabled to. And so that's what we do. When people click through, they go ahead and make a payment. And one of the things we actually do that seems really silly, but it's very easy, is people can add a reminder to their calendar. Do you know the number one reason that people miss debt payments is because they don't have it on their calendar? How easy is it just to create a reminder? We also enable people to set up an external account because we have personal financial management tools for consumers to start goal planning, create budgets, set alerts, maybe you can get to that, for themselves so that people can focus on their financial resiliency. In our full model, where it's a credit reaffirmation program, we have fully built out personal financial management tools, credit scorings are reported in there, and then we also have a community of experts and peers for people to connect to talk about the psychological and emotional things of debt. But here's what you can see as the creditor if you're working with us on contingency. We provide full eyesight into the performance of your portfolio, what is going on a real-time basis that you can check at any time. We also provide analytics, and I think some of these analytics will be very important because we even track the different payment types so you can start to think about as you're offering your consumers options as they're starting to fall behind, if there are additional ways that you want to be accepting payments. Remynt is, again, about resiliency. We actually have built in here, this is how you can see all the different payments. You can actually see at what stage people are repaying so that you can look at how that process is going. But we actually provide a fuller picture for you to understand the financial position of the consumers that were yours or your members that were yours so that you can build a better program going forward. Our goal really is to help achieve financial resiliency at the same time that we're achieving debt recovery. That is what's missing in today's ecosystem. There's debt recovery, but there's no such thing as credit recovery. And it's our goal to marry those two things to create more resilient customers who then are savvier because of the financial tools and the other supports that we provided them to come back to you and you to recapture them as customers or members when they're in a better financial position. So how can you work with us? We can buy your debt, we can collect your debt and contingency, we can offer you a white label option. So please come and see us. We have a little booth kind of facing towards the back side of the other room. And so we hope that you'll stop by and learn more about how you can get your consumers or members reminted to a better financial future. Thank you.